I mean, the sixth form I go to is not that good, to be fair. I wish I didn't go to it. I wish I went to a different one, to be honest. But it's too late now, and I wish I flipping did maths instead of business. I need to calm down, having a mental breakdown. How to Cameron. How to Cameron. Hello everybody, my name is Cameron Brown and a warm welcome to the HowToCameron channel. Today I'm going to be making a video on A-level videos. Lovely, fantastic. You may be thinking to yourself, Cameron, how is this going to be an entertaining reaction video? And let me explain. I have noticed these two specific videos in my recommended feed. One of them is titled The Hardest A-Levels and the other one is titled The Top 10 Hardest A-Levels. Now, I've seen these two videos recommended to me for quite a while. Now, I did watch a bit of the first video and admittedly, I didn't like it. The reason why is because I feel like these videos are just a pathetic attempt to not be controversial. Like, seriously, it's kind of funny because it's so pathetic how they try not to be controversial. Because believe it or not, if you call a subject easy, people are going to get very triggered if they take the subject and find it hard. But anyway, I thought to myself, I'm going to react to these two videos live and actually make them a little bit more controversial and a little bit more accurate. Now, I want to mention that I don't know everything about A-levels. I don't know everything about each specific course. I wanted to see how they rank these A-levels. Before this video starts, smash a like if you enjoy it, subscribe to the channel if you're new today. I've decided to change my upload schedule. I'm not going to be uploading on Monday or Wednesday. That's what I've decided to choose, simply because they seem to be the lowest viewed days. I'm going to be uploading from now on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is 5 uploads a week. So make sure you guys check out the HowToCameron channel, 6 PM UK time, and hopefully there'll be a video waiting for you that you've not watched yet. These videos are made by Snap Revise, and Snap Revise is actually quite useful. A lot of YouTubers have seemed to have sponsorships with them. I believe Eve Bennett has. One thing I dislike about Eve Bennett is how she seems to have so many sponsorships. I don't have a problem with YouTubers having sponsorships. Fine, make money off your audience. Like, her sponsorships just seem disingenuous. Let me read this. So, as usual, I'm literally loving Spotify at the moment. The amount of music is literally insane, and you can play it on all your devices. Never tried Spotify Premium? Sign up for just 99p for 3 months if you're still in education. Love heart. So she's clearly sponsored by Spotify, but she just seems a bit disingenuous when she advertises specific brands. Some of them also seem to be a little bit more subtle. Like, for example, honestly, this cocktail was just the best thing I've ever consumed. 4 emojis representing hearts in the eye at Victoria restaurants. Clearly she's not sponsored. Clearly a normal person would have a cocktail. Actually, she's not even drank the cocktail yet. How does she know it's that nice if she's not finished it? Is this what people do? They get their picture taken of them before they drink a cocktail. Like, I don't get it. I feel like she's sponsored by this restaurant and she really hasn't disclosed it. So I have issue with that. There is a chance that she was just overly positive about the cocktail, but like, why would she be? That doesn't make any sense. It's just a goddamn cocktail. It's not cock. Wow, I love their thumbnails. A mass amount of variety here, flipping heck. I'm sorry, but literally, one of their videos has 2 views. What the hell?
The weaker lens, the less powerful lens, is able to bend the
Literally,
light a bit.
No one has watched this video. This guy has spent his time talking in this video, and no one has even watched it. That's just depressing. Right, let's get watching this video then.
Hi guys, it's Adam here from Snap Revise to give you our list of the top 10 hardest A-levels. Students doing their A-levels always like to claim that their subjects are the hardest.
I don't really get a lot of people saying to me, like in person, that the A-levels they're choosing are so hard, or even the hardest. I see a lot of people just complain about the content in their A-level, which I suppose points towards it being hard, but I don't hear many people say their subject's the hardest. I don't think people directly say, psychology and cleaning are the hardest A-levels. I've never heard anyone say that, okay?
Whilst it is true that all A-levels are hard, there are still some which seem...
No, that's not true. Not all A-levels are hard. That is a stupid statement. I don't want to be a prick or anything because I know that this might bite me in the ass if I do bad in this subject, but I kid you not, business is easy. It's literally a GCSE, and I'm not even trying to sound like an arrogant prick or anything. I got a high B in the mock with the teacher's grade boundaries, which were already insanely high. If I actually looked at the mock that I got and equated it to a past grade boundary, which is what normal subjects do, I would have got an A in it, and I kid you not, I barely revised for it. Maybe business is just easy to me because I did it at GCSE and I did it quite well. It's just that I did bad in the coursework, hence why I only got a B at GCSE. But seriously, business is an easy A level. That's objective, I feel like. Like, a lot of the content is common sense. Then you look at physics, which it's not common sense.
Hopefully this post will settle once and for all which 10 A levels are the hardest of them all. Number 1, modern foreign languages. Anyone who takes Spanish, French or German will tell you that the amount of time and language required is huge. Not only do you have to learn mountains of grammar, there's also specific vocabulary for each topic, and you have to develop your other skills like speaking and listening.
I don't get why they've done it in this order. Like, they've gone from the hardest to the easiest. That just doesn't make sense. They should have done it easiest to hardest, like within the 10 subjects that they're mentioning. Is modern foreign languages an A level? I don't get why he's tied all the languages together. That seems a bit dumb, because I know for a fact that a lot of students find German easier than French, so I don't get why he's generalised it.
Number 2, further maths. Quite obviously, further maths is going to be a difficult A level, despite having one of the highest percentages of people achieving A stars. This takes your regular maths a step further, so usually it is only taken by the most confident mathematicians.
Pretty much just losers then. No, I feel like the reason why further maths has such a high pass rate is because so many people drop it. It is ludicrous because at my school, if you want to do further maths, you literally have no free periods. You have like 4 or 5 a week as opposed to the flipping 10 that you would normally have, which is a big flipping deal. I feel like a lot of people who struggle at further maths, they don't really keep doing the subject, because if you're doing it as an extra A level, which is what happens at our school, because they don't trust anyone to take 4 actual normal A levels, you have to take maths and further maths for it to equate to 4 A levels, which just seems a bit stupid, really. I mean, the sixth form I go to is not that good, to be fair. I wish I didn't go to it. I wish I went to a different one, to be honest. But it's too late now, and I wish I flipping did maths instead of business. I need to calm down, having a mental breakdown. Yeah, I think I would say personally at our school, further maths is harder than foreign languages, simply because if you do foreign languages, you still have the normal amount of frees. So obviously you have more time to revise. If you do further maths, you have to do 4 A levels pretty much. So it is harder at our sixth form.
Number 3, history. Another subject with absolutely tons of information to learn. Unfortunately, this one also requires you to find the perfect essay structure and
No, I would say maths. I don't know how you could put history in front of maths and physics, to be fair, because the thing is with maths, I don't want to be biased or anything, but with maths, if you don't know something, you can't guess. It's the same with physics. Like, if you literally go onto a question that you've never looked at before, a question that's a part of your gap in your knowledge, you can't answer it. There's no chance you can answer it. I know for a fact that with history, you can kind of guess. Like, I'm not saying the history is easy. It's not. It's a flipping A level. I guarantee it's one of the hardest. But I just don't think it's harder than maths or physics, because with me, physics, the exams are literally a joke. The multiple choice questions are horrible. They literally deliberately give you questions for physics in which they give you the answer just so you get less marks on the question because they recognize that it's an easy question. It's so annoying. They always do it for calculating acceleration. Always. They're like, okay, this is the acceleration of an object. Prove it. And then you're thinking to yourself, I could literally do that myself without you giving me the answer, but because you've given me the answer to prove, I've dropped 2 marks. It always seems like the multiple choice answer that's correct is the one that you would deem as the most unlikely. It tricks you more. So because of that, I would say physics is harder, because I don't think you can really trick someone when it comes to history. And also, not that many people seem to complain about history being so tough in comparison to physics and maths.
Finding the best way to write your essays takes time and practice, hence why it is seen as such a difficult A level. Number 4, physics. Any science is always going to be difficult, and physics is no exception. You have to have a good grasp on the application of concepts as well as maths, something which can become complicated quite quickly when you put it all together.
Oh my god, that's so true. Like, every time you start a physics topic, you think to yourself, oh, this is easy as hell. The next flipping page in the revision guide, it just goes from 0 to 100 so quick. Like, moments are the worst. Right, okay, I know this is nerdy, but if you want to calculate a moment, you do distance times force, and you think to yourself, oh, that's easy, and then you have the seesaw questions, and then you've got to calculate the mass of someone based off it being on a pivot, and then them being on a seesaw that's in equilibrium. And you think to yourself, that's easy. And then you turn the page, and you're literally calculating the moment of a spring on a truck. with a weight on it, and it just gets so confusing, and then you're calculating how much force is going down the wheel, and then everything's confusing, and then there's a triangle there, and then it's going up a hill as well, and then you have to use goddamn suvat.
Number 5, English literature. Like with history, you'll have a lot of quotes to learn from all your
You
material.
put English literature above maths. Shut up.
Number 6, chemistry. This is often referred to as the hardest science due to the massive amounts of knowledge required.
I was really confused at this, simply because he said that physics was harder than chemistry, yet chemistry was the hardest science. Like, I don't get how that makes sense, but okay. Chemistry just makes sense to me. I feel like that's why I do so well in it. That's why I excel in it. I genuinely find it interesting. It's really weird. Like, I read the revision guides and I actually enjoy myself while reading them because it all clicks into everything. Because I feel like with chemistry, you know, chemicals are so cool. Like, the amount of people who don't care about them, it just makes me really angry. With chemistry, the maths is quite easy, so you can get a lot of marks through the maths as long as you actually understand the maths. So if you're good at maths, you probably would do quite well at chemistry straight off the bat. The multiple choice questions aren't as tricky, and you can get a lot more marks on specific questions. So if you revise, like for example, one topic fully, chances are you'll get a lot of marks for that one topic as opposed to physics, in which there's just a crap ton of topics.
Depending on how you coped at GCSE and whether you took further maths GCSE, it can be a huge jump between GCSE and A-level. Maths will always require you to spend a lot of time practicing until you can apply your methods to any problem that the exam board throws at you. Number 8, psychology. Despite being considered a soft subject by the majority of universities, it is still a difficult subject to revise for.
I wouldn't say psychology is an easy A-level, because it's not. The reason why I think psychology is easier is because a lot of people who go into psychology, generally speaking, have worse GCSE results. And I feel like if there's an A-level which people are choosing with worse GCSE grades, that's a key indicator that it's actually quite an easy A-level in comparison to, say, maths, where you actually need higher GCSE grades. I remember at my school, I think you needed a 7 to take it at A-level, but then when it came to psychology, you didn't need any GCSE specifics. You only needed to actually have 5 GCSEs, including English and maths. So when I heard that, I was thinking to myself, oh, well then clearly it can't be that hard if there's no specific GCSE requirement. Anyway guys, I'm going to end this video here. I'm not going to react to the other videos simply because this video is already long enough. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you disagree with me, that's completely fine. Leave me some comments. I want to read your guys' comments. Leave me a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new today, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Goodbye.